YouTube, what it do? It's your boy TWV, and we are back for the night one of SummerSlam reactions. Boy, oh boy, that was an amazing night one, and we got more in store tonight for part two. If you did not see my SummerSlam predictions video, it will be linked in the description. You can skip about an hour in. I did combine both nights into one full video. I did do the collab video with the homie Stavi, aka Queen of the Fall, on TikTok. Her information will be commented in the video below. But with that being said, let's get into SummerSlam Night 1. So starting off, we had an amazing opening match. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Brunson, Reed, and Bron Breakker. And boy, did they tear the roof off to start the show. This is the first time in a long time Roman Reigns opened the show, but he went out there with something to prove. Jey Uso went out there with something to prove. Bron Breakker and Brunson Reed tried to, tell the old guard, the new guards coming through and taking hold of the yard, and they put on a banger. They were diving everywhere. Man, it was a great match. It was power moves. Roman Reigns at one point lifted up Brunson Reed for the 1D. Roman was flying over the top rope like back in the day. Like, man, Roman was spearing people through the barricade. Jey Uso hitting the splash to win. Like, it was a great match. It was really fun, greatly paced. Man, in the first couple minutes, Roman and Jey ran it back and started emoting in the middle of the match. Like, that was so hilarious. Like, they were very unserious, but I'm glad that Jey and Roman did get the win. I did think in my predictions video, I was on both sides of the fence saying it could go either way. I would have liked that Brunson and Bron got the win, but it played into the overarching story, which finished tonight, and we'll get to that later. But to rate this match, I'm doing ratings for all the matches for this weekend. I gotta give it 5 stars, man. It was a really good match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, I was hyped. I was hyped the entire time. Like, it was really good. Like, so with that being said, let's get to the next match. So the next match is going to be the Women's Tag Team Championship match with Roxanne and Raquel versus Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. And man, that match was so good as well. Roxanne Perez, I have to say, is probably one of the best women's wrestlers on the WWE roster. Like, she just has it all. She has the aura. She somewhat has a presentation. She has the Judgment Day presentation a little bit, so that's wishy-washy. But when she gets inside those ropes, she can go in there with any of them. And she was in there with some big sharks. She was in there with the Queen Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, and those ain't no half steppers. Those are Hall of Famers in my opinion. So she was in there swimming with sharks, and she passed with flying colors. She was in there going crazy, and we have to give a huge shout out to Raquel as well. She seen a thing from Kevin Nash saying she needs to work bigger, and man, she has been on a roll. Like, I was texting the homie Stavi because I was watching SummerSlam back kind of after the show. I kind of went out yesterday, so I'm texting her like while I'm watching, like, man, like Roxanne in here throwing some lumber behind these lariats. Like, she was in there going crazy. Like, and their chemistry, Roxanne and Raquel's, is really good, even though they're a newly formed team. And Charlotte's and Alexa's chemistry is really as good as well. And I thoroughly enjoyed the match as a whole. My favorite part of the match is when when Alexa accidentally hit Charlotte, and then when they came back to finishly close the match, the camera angle of Alexa Bliss about to do the Sister Abigail DDT, and Charlotte's in the background, and it looks like Charlotte's gonna, hit her and basically make them lose the match, but she goes past and kicks Raquel in the face, and Alexa Bliss Sister Abigail DDT, and they win the match. It was a really cool moment. I love the camera positioning because it told so much without doing too much, and it was a beautiful sight to see. So I definitely enjoyed that. And they are the new women's tag team champions. Now I feel like they've been trying to make the belts relevant forever. You know, with just the title lineage, with Jade and Bianca and Naomi. Then we had Liv and Raquel. Like now we have Charlotte and Alexa. Like the titles lineage is really good in the last about year and a half. But we have to make these belts be able to stand on their own. Like we have to be able to use these to elevate new tag teams. That means we have to build tag teams and not fire people that were in tag teams. But I did love the pre-match promo for the women's belts. They really put a lot into it. So I see that they're trying to bolster up the relevance of these tag belts because they were the cursed tag belts at one point a couple years ago. But I think they're righting those wrongs now, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So with that being said, let's get into the next match. Alright, so the next match on the card was Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. And I'm not going to really speak too long about this match. I did feel like this was just a match that could have been on Raw. It was just maybe 10 to 15% better in my opinion. So Sami did get the win, of course. I mean, that was kind of inevitable, but we're going to more so speak toward just where does Sami go from here. Because Karrion Kross' contract is supposedly up at the end of this month. And who knows what direction WWE is going to go with him. I am a huge Karrion Kross fan. My only gripe with Karrion Kross is he doesn't click in the ring. And it's hard. It's hard to be on TV a lot if you can't click in the ring. Like, he has the promo, he has the character, he has the entrance, the look, his wife's with him. He has everything in the toolbox you need. But it's like once that bell rings, he gets drugged through a lot of matches. Like, Sami kind of drugged him through that match, in my opinion. And Kross wasn't bad, but it's just, you can see the tiers and levels of just wrestling skill. Like, Sami's head and shoulders above him. I mean, Kross is a power wrestler, but it's just like, it didn't do it for me. It didn't do it for me. It still was a really good match. Not nothing I probably will watch back, but for the direction of Sami Zayn, just like the rest of the IWC, we're pushing for Sami for that world title. Like, he spoke about it so many times, and he's been on the precipice of getting to it, and he's falling short. Like, he lost to Punk in the main. I think he lost to Punk in the qualifying of King of the Ring, and that's how Punk ended up. No, he lost to Punk in the Gauntlet. And Punk beat Bron at the end of Gauntlet to be able to get to the match with Gunther. But still, like, Sami is my vote for men's Royal Rumble winner next year. Book it and ship it. You heard it here first. I'm going all in. Sami versus Seth, unless we go Braun versus Seth. And if not, we go Sami versus Cody. Sami has to get the title match. Sami has to get the title match one way or another. If Sami doesn't win the Royal Rumble, Sami has to win Elimination Chamber. Two ways, no way around it. Sami's getting that main event at WrestleMania next year. But with that being said, let's get to the next match, which would be Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. And that match was so damn good. But you lost me with the result. That match was amazing. They went out there and they had a great match. I want to say they had like 12 to 15 minutes. And I was invested the entire ride. But once we got to that finish, they lost me completely. Because I just knew Tiffany's reign was up. Because it's like there's nobody else for you to feud with unless Bianca comes back. Because if we're running another Nia Jax program, this was pointless. Very pointless in my opinion. And when you look through the roster on SmackDown, you would have to catapult somebody into that, into that. Like, unless we're running it back, and then are we running it back in pairs and we're giving it to Jade in pairs when we could have just gave it to Jade a month earlier? Like, I feel like Jade losing kind of double-edged sword diminishes winning Queen of the Ring. But at the same time, winning Queen of the Ring shouldn't be like, hey, you automatically win the title at SummerSlam. So it's a double-edged sword. Because Jade is such a superstar. It's like you have to see if she's really that superstar. Like from the internet and the crowd reaction, she's that superstar. But you as a business have to see if she's a superstar in your eyes, where she can hold the belt and be that top woman of the company, doing the media, doing the Make-A-Wish events, the whole 9 yards, doing your morning news, doing your talk shows, like, everything, like, and that's why I feel like she can, in my opinion, because Naomi's doing it. I don't know if Naomi's doing media, but Naomi's a true professional. Naomi's won world championship before, and she knows what goes with it, just like Bianca. So it's like, I felt like this was Jade's moment. I don't feel like it derails Jade at all. I do think that if we doing it in Paris, I'll be happy. But it's like we could have did this right now, on such a huge stage. Like, if not, I don't know when we do it, because title change at Saturday's night main event will rub me the wrong way. And the next pay-per-view after that will be Paris. Paris is, I want to say, September. I feel like the belt. Tiffany doesn't go to 2026 as a champion, in the shortest of words. But my thing is, the title changing anywhere else is kind of like, it kind of just loses its luster a little bit, because it's like SummerSlam is such a huge event. It's a 2-night event now. Like, you could have just pulled the trigger and seen where it went. But with that being said, let's get into the next match, which was the Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Gonna keep it short and sweet. Jelly Roll went out there and had an amazing performance, in my opinion. Showed that he really took his training seriously. He ended up eating the L, which is, rare for celebrity performers. Celebrity performers normally get a win. He just wanted to, in my mind, he just wanted to be a part of something cool, and, he did good business. So, as much as I was kind of bashing on it in my predictions video, I mean, we're wrestling fans. You got to take what you can get sometimes. I did enjoy it. But I do want Randy and Drew to get more back into their main event slots, which they are. I don't know where Logan Paul goes from here. Logan Paul is an extremely, extremely, extremely phenomenal professional wrestler. I do not care about Logan Paul outside of that square and circle. I don't care about Logan Paul when he's cutting a promo. But when Logan Paul gets in that ring, he does not half-step. He does not fuck around. And I enjoy Logan Paul, the wrestler. Going forward from this, I don't know if we'll see Jelly Roll again. He may have another shot at it. If they go that route, it's probably Logan Paul, Jelly Roll 1-on-1. It'll have to be a stipulation match, because it couldn't just be a regular wrestling match, because Jelly Roll doesn't have that experience. And Logan Paul can't walk Jelly Roll through a match, in my opinion. That's why they did the tag match, to kind of safeguard everybody. But I mean, it was cool. Like, Logan Paul diving on Jelly Roll through the announce table was really cool, and he had on the Ray-Ban, so he recorded his POV. Like, that was really dope. Jelly Roll again walked to the back and then turned back around, having his little moment. Like, it was really good. But at the end, he took the L. I respected it. Kept Randy safe. But hey, it is what it is. So let's get into the main event of the evening, which was CM Punk versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. And oh my, 8 stars. 8 stars. I said I was supposed to rank all these matches, and I'll rank them at the end. Well, I'll go back and rank the other matches. 8 stars. 10 stars if this was in the Tokyo Dome. Because CM Punk and Gunther went out there and had a good old-fashioned professional wrestling match. And I like that Gunther didn't get to his chops early. Like, they worked into the chop. And when that first chop against CM Punk's chest, it sounded like a bomb went off. All you heard was, and it was like, ooh. And they ran the camera back, and you can see the wind go out of Punk's chest like, ooh. And man, they were cooking. My favorite spot of this match was so dumb, but it was funny. When Punk was about to do the dive and he was backwards and Gunther chopped him in his thigh and Punk just fell into the tree of woe, and then Gunther Punk was hanging upside down and Gunther picked him up and chopped him back again through his chest. Like, man, they were going for it. They were going for it. Gunther ran the blade, and Gunther running the blade was hilarious because they was like Gunther hit his face on the announce table. We look back at the replay. Gunther's face didn't even touch the announce table at all. They just ran the blade to run the blade. But hey, I ain't gonna be mad at it. It was just funny how they got there. But man, Gunther took that first GTS like a champ, and he was still like this. Punk said, "Well, let me do it again." Boom! 1, 2, 3. We have a new World Heavyweight Champion. And then the moment. If you watch my predictions video, I literally said Seth Rollins will come back bad, knee and all, and curb stomp him, whoop him with a crutch, and cause Punk. So he gave Punk his moment for 5 minutes and then slimed him out for it. And man, that moment was so tough. I thoroughly chef's kiss to Seth Rollins. People are saying Seth Rollins, saying different things about Seth Rollins on the internet and on Twitter. Bump that. Seth Rollins loves this business so much. We were talking about kayfabe in the predictions video, and how kayfabe has been broken, especially with WWE Unreal being a thing. And I'm just like, as I'm older now, I don't care about it anymore. If I was a kid, I'd have been like, damn, this sucks. Like, I'm knowing too much. As an adult, I'm on Twitter. I know people's contracts, all different types of things with how wrestling works, the ins and outs now. So it's like, I think it's pretty cool. But Seth Rollins worked everybody. Fake medical reports. Had your daughter in on the ruse. Like, Becky Lynch recorded him in the crutches with the knee brace on. They going to get pastries or something. The whole time, Buddy was fine. The injury wasn't as bad as it was, but they did it all to get to where it needed to be. And it was so dope. Seth come out, crutching out. And I'm thinking, this is basically an end of the Raw, you know how they end Raw, yeah, you won, you're the champ, but don't forget, I'm around with the briefcase. And then they were just going to close the show. And then Seth goes back up the ramp, turns his back, drops the crutches, turns around, unclicks the knee brace, grabs the briefcase from Paul Heyman, comes straight down the ring, mollywops Punk with it upside the head, and then beats him down with it. Said, I'm cashing in. Stomp. 1, 2, 3. You're visionary. You're revolutionary. Seth freaking Rollins is your new World Heavyweight Champion. And like I said in the Sami segment, Sami versus Seth. I want Punk to win Elimination Chamber if Sami wins Rumble, or we flip it vice versa. And I want him to go after Cody, because I feel like Cody wins the belt. If not tomorrow, today. This is one prediction for today. If Cody doesn't win it today, he wins it in Cena's last match, and then we go to WrestleMania season. But man, oh man, this was an amazing night one of SummerSlam. So, like I said, Roman's match was 5 stars. The tag match I would give a 4. Feel like it was a little bit missing from it. The Sami match, I gotta give it a 3. The Jade match was a 4.25. I can't give it a 4.5. The ending pissed me off. Jelly Roll match, I'll give it a 3.5. And of course, like I said, the main event, 8. 10 in the Tokyo Dome. But match plus ending, 10 stars. 10 stars. The post-match ending, 12 stars actually, because that was 5 stars. That was cinema itself. But with that being said, it's your boy TWV checking in and checking out. I'll catch you in the post SummerSlam recap and review. Peace.